Hi viewers and welcome to the channel, and this is a quick video on the timer loop and animations in FreeCAD. So what you'll normally see with the timer loop is you'll take the timer loop and copy and paste it into the Python console and issue the start and stop commands in there. The other way to do it is to use a GUI with a start and stop button in there. The way that I'm showing you here that I've tended to take up lately, because it's very quick in actually doing that loop and getting that loop up and running, is to control it via FreeCAD. So this timer loop here is running. As you can see, the macro has actually started here, and I can pause it if I so desire by pressing P and then start it up again, and also quit out of the timer loop. So this is good if I've started this timer loop actually twice. So if I execute this timer loop twice in here, actually let's execute it a number of times. I've executed it 3 times in there by accident, and I've really choked things up, and I can stop all 3 of those straight away. And you can see down here we've got stopped and quit come up down here, and that means I'm back to square one. Now this wouldn't have happened if you copied and pasted it in here, because you probably still have one of the timer loops still running in the background, but the code allows you to stop and start that timer loop at will without a GUI. And the other thing is that we can use this to advantage in another way as well. These 2 pulleys are in relationship to each other, so there's a 2-to-1 relationship. This one goes around once, this one will go around half, this one goes around twice, this one will also go around once. So you've got a ratio of 2-to-1, 0.5 in other words there. Now I've connected those 2 up via the drive pulley body there. So that's got our angle on there, and our driven body, this one here, if we come down to our angle, I have a ratio on here. It's basically dividing one of the pulley body's diameter by the other. Obviously that being 0.5, and that derives the angle of the actual body. Now if I came into this drive pulley body here and changed the angle, then you see that it's rotating, but this one's not rotating until we click off, and that does a refresh in there. So that's how FreeCAD is doing the refresh there. Now we can use that animation loop to also drive a refresh while we're editing, and that's quite simple. So first of all, I'm going to show you what I've done with the animation loop. Now there's some amendments in here to a normal loop. What you will normally see is the from Py side import the Qt core, which holds the qtcore.qt timer. I've assigned that to a variable, and then if you look down here, we've got the timer.timeout.connect, which connects the timeout of the timer. So each time it ticks, it updates the screen via this update function. So I've passed the update function in here, and it runs this piece of code here. Let's give us a bit of space. So this is a separate function that's run on the update. And then we use a timer.start 100 in there to make sure it ticks every 100 milliseconds. When I do a timer.stop on here, it will stop that timer, and the code will go out of scope, and the program will close down. Not FreeCAD, the actual macro will close down, so we have to rerun the macro. Now what you would normally do is copy and paste this type of code into here and use the timer.start and timer.stop within the Python console to allow for that timer to start and stop. Now to control that correctly, we would use a GUI with a start and stop button on there, but I'm using a different way here, and I'm using the FreeCAD document, and there's a comment on there. You can see I put an S in there, and that stopped the animation. Well, that stopped all 3 animation loops that were in the memory. So the comment I use to actually control that animation. So it's very simple. If there's an S in here, if you come down here, if FreeCAD.ActiveDocument, so the active document .comment, which is this, equals S, then I run the timer.stop, and I output to the console that it's stopped. You won't get away with a print in here, so normally you have print in here, stopped, and it'll come up that it's stopped in the report view or in a title bar down the bottom. This is because it's running on a separate thread to the GUI thread. And that's the reason why you use a timer as well, because online you see people with some animation code and they're using it in a for loop and they do it straight from the macro. Perhaps because one of the reasons because they don't like copy and pasting into the Python console and going through this timer start, timer.stop. You notice there will be something in there called a GUI.update line or command in there that updates the GUI, and when you run that you'll see your mouse pointer will flicker between a timer symbol and the normal cursor symbol, and that's because it's running on the same thread as the FreeCAD interface. So it's choking up FreeCAD, and if you didn't have that GUI.update in there, then you wouldn't be able to switch between your tabs or do anything in FreeCAD. Now that's a bit of a bad way of doing it, bad practice, because your GUI is trying to fight over your animation. So if you put that onto a separate thread, it spawns by the side of the GUI thread. So in computer programming, this is the same with all desktop and even web-based programming. You'll spawn things on separate threads so you don't choke up the main user interface thread, and therefore you can carry on doing stuff while one thread runs in the background that's doing certain operations or doing certain updates, calculations, etc. without affecting your main GUI thread. So you can use that interface while something's churning away in the background, and that's what we're doing here with the timer thread. But I've added some additional lines in here, so you wouldn't normally have this line or this line here, these lines here. You use the timer.start within the Python console, or if you're creating a window, you'll put those on to buttons. But this is a really simple macro to use. You can see that there I've used the update. I've pulled in a variable called R in here that's used for the rotation. You can see I'm rotating the main drive wheel here. And you can see that I've got R in there for the rotation, and I'm incrementing R, and that R is global, so when this update finishes this will go out of scope because it's not being run anymore. So any variables declared in here will go out of scope unless they're global variables. That means that it's kept a record of. So all the time we're going around here, R is incremented and the rotation is taking place, and the recompute is run, which is basically hitting Control R on the screen to refresh our model. So that's running all the time in the background, and I've got total control with the comment field to pause and start that animation. So the minute I run this, so I'm executing that. If I go over to my pulley, I can go into the comment and pause that. I can take the P out, and that allows me to see that animation working. It also allows me, if I just hit S to stop, it also allows me to place a P in here and come over to the macro and start it, execute it, and at the moment it's paused, and everything's paused, and I can see the animation from the beginning just by taking the P out. So that's an easy way of controlling that animation. The other thing is if I go back to the auto refresh, let me just stop that, is if I come into the editor and I take out all of the animation lines, let's take the update out and the recompute can stay there, and don't need global R anymore, and get rid of the R up here. So that simple piece of code there will allow me to auto refresh my screen. So I was just doing macros, execute macro. You can see it's stopped there, that's because I've got an S in there. So let's get rid of that. So execute that macro. So anything I do in here that needs refreshing, for example, if I change the pulley body, it's the one that's driven, and I change the rotation actually on the drive body, I need to change it on the drive body to change the rotation on that. The rotation will automatically update on this blue body as well. If that wasn't running, so if I hit the S in the comment to stop it, if that wasn't running, go back to the drive body, placement, angle, you can see that I'm moving that body's rotating, but this one isn't rotating. It's only when I go to edit, refresh, or click off, that body will rotate. That's a way of auto refreshing as well using the animation loop. That's a very simple loop there, so I'm going to leave that on screen so you can copy it for a few minutes. So if you want to pause the video here, you can. Very simple loop. There's no point in placing this on my comments or somewhere on the web because you can easily jot that down. It gives you a bit of practice actually typing that in as well. So that's a very simple loop there, and actually how to control that by the FreeCAD user interface. And I hope that helps. I hope you find that handy, and I'll see you again shortly. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my site, and also I have a Ko-Fi site where you can actually donate a few pence or a few pounds, dollars, or whatever your currency is, and that's at ko-fi.com/mang0, and there you'll be able to help me fund my site, and all the money that I actually get from any funds will actually get pushed back into the channel. Thanks a lot for watching and subscribing. I'll see you next time.